make a quick video here. If you ever notice when I upload these videos, it's usually right after wrestling's on, like Monday Night Raw or like SmackDown, because I film these things whenever, and then I edit those and upload them while I'm watching wrestling, have wrestling on the background. So let's do a wrestling video. And I bought this figure weeks ago and I haven't bothered to open it, but I was watching Dynamite the other night, and this dude jumped off the damn ladder. He's gone crazy lately. Sting. His old school surfer Sting. This is 1990 Justoys bendy figure. And I want to open them. I got a big bag of stuff here I haven't opened. It's late in the middle of the night. I feel like just opening some stuff. Talking to all y'all. Talking wrestling. Notice this was pretty damn mint condition. No paint chips, no nothing. And he's dirty, but the paint looks like he's all there. And I tested him in his little baggie at the store. Made sure he's bendy. His bendiness is still mint. Thought this was Galoob, but no, it's Justoys. Because Galoob had the WCW license back in that time period. When I was not watching WCW. 1990, I was barely watching wrestling at all. I was kind of getting sick of WWF at the time. They were going to like their mullet era. They're starting to lose me. And WCW, which I was still calling NWA. I didn't even know they changed over, whatever. It didn't matter to me. I knew Sting. Wasn't really following at the time. And that was also, most of those guys were going to the WWF. Like Ric Flair showed up. Arn and Tully showed up. I didn't really get to appreciate Sting till I got back into it in the Attitude Nitro era. And by then, he was Crow Sting. I am so glad to finally get a Sting. I had no Sting figures. One of my top wrestlers. He's kind of like my Deep Purple of wrestlers. Deep Purple was probably like my fifth favorite band, but their longevity, they kept going up, going up, going up. Now they're probably my second favorite band of all time. Can't beat Queen. Sting is probably right there. I don't think he can beat Macho Man or Piper, but there he is. Sting is probably my third favorite wrestler of all time. My favorite good guy. Hands down favorite good guy wrestler. If there's a big brawl going on at the end, you want to see him coming out of the rafters with his bat beating the hell out of all the bad guys. You want to see him come make the save. Sting's the man. And in comparison, wrestling toys always had like bendies, because it works well, because you gotta twist them, you gotta get them to the wrestling fight poses and stuff like that. And not compatible with your WWF Superstars LJN bendies, because he's, I mean, if he was supposed to be Andre the Giant or something like that, if he's supposed to be a 7-foot tall wrestler, yeah, he works. No, he is more incompatible with the other Justoys figures. The X-Men from back in the day, or your Marvel figs from back in the day. This is who you can fight if you don't have any other figures. Like, I don't have any other figures from this line. But it's a little incompatible with your Darth Vader. Piper can fight with Darth Vader. Am I too old to be doing this? No. Fun. Look, the sculpt's pretty good. I always like their... It's kind of minimalist and cartoonish sculpt, but still pretty damn good detail on there. I like this. I like this figure a lot. Going back to bendies, WWF bendies, go back and watch my video on custom figure. I made a custom Superstar Billy Graham. May he rest in peace. One of the greatest wrestlers of all time. The guy who influenced everybody. I made a... This is made out of epoxy sculpt clay. He looks made like he's made out of rubber, but he's not. Go back, watch how I did that. Self-promotion, there's plug-in. I'm a custom figure maker, if you didn't know. These figures right here, let's look up who else was in the collection. Might have to do an edit here. I usually like to do all this stuff in one take, so I don't have to edit later, because I want to watch more Raw. Alright, they had Arn Anderson, they had Lex Luger, they had Ric Flair, Stang, as Shivani liked to call him, Sid Vicious, Barry Windham, and looks like some variants. Oh, and Tom Zenk. Was he ever in a classic match ever? I don't think so. Oh no, you had the Steiner Brothers. Steiner Brothers were in there too. And Brian Pillman. Butch Reed. El Gigante. Oh, so this line probably went on a lot longer. I don't know how long. Never got to see Sting wrestle in person, but he was at a show I went to, and he just came out, made an appearance, said hi to the audience, stuff like that. I figure I missed my opportunity, but he's in AEW. He's still kicking ass. He's at almost all the Comic-Cons I go to, and so I did get to see most of my favorite wrestlers I never saw in person, but got to see him, so that's cool to me. Alright, so this is what the figure looks like. I'm gonna have to clean him up. Then I also, a little soap and water, and I also like to give him a nice protective sheen of Armor All, spruce him up a little bit. We'll do that back in a second. Alright, I finished cleaning them, and I put a little bit of this on there, gave them a nice shine. Also, when these old rubber figures, they kind of degrade and they get kind of slimy. This kind of takes off that sheen of gross. I didn't notice this, but look, Sting's little rat tails on there too. Cleans them up. You can now fit in with my Wolverine figure, which I did the same thing too, but he had like mold growing on him under his armpit. Couldn't get that out. I'm probably the only fan of Justoys. I will collect these. They're dirt cheap. You can find them for like next to nothing. I suggest if you see them, pick them up. Like, share, subscribe, talk wrestling with me. I'll write you back. Boom. Always remember, don't work yourself into a shoot, brother.